For today's video, I've been challenged by a subscriber to make an Attack on Titan themed skateboard. They've made a comment on almost every single video lately to make this deck, and I figured it's finally time to go ahead and do that. This is the deck that we're going to be using. Originally, I wanted to do a wood grain like this, but I don't have another one of these decks, and I still want to do the wood burn, so hopefully that goes well on the red stain. I have no clue if it's going to, so stay tuned to see if it does. And as you can tell, we have an Attack on Titan manga. That means we're going to be doing another manga strip design or manga panel design. I've done one other one in the past that was kind of raunchy. This one's going to be really cool because it's all, you know, graphic, and it's going to look really, really good. I hope. I have this crazy idea in my head. I have no clue if it's going to work. I think it's going to, and the easiest way to explain it is just to show you how I'm going to do it. So without any further ado, let's get started. For this first part, what I'm going to do is go through the entire manga and figure out the exact pages that I want to use. Basically, what I'm looking for are just really cool characters or a really cool graphic page, something that's going to stand off whenever it's glued onto the board. Once I have all those pages cut out, I will start layering them onto the deck exactly where I want them, and that's just to get an idea of placement so I know how I want it to look, and I can always change it before I start gluing everything together. So the idea that I have in my head is I want to have half the board be a manga panel design and half the board to be a wood burn design. Once I have the placement for everything, I'll go ahead and glue it down, and then I have this really cool technique where I tape a razor blade to another utensil, like another razor blade in this case, and I will outline the entire deck with the orange razor blade, and it's actually cutting on top of the deck itself just to make it a really, really smooth edge. The razor blade that I am using is kind of dull, so it's not perfect, but it does look really good. Now that I have everything cut out, I can take it to the projector and start working on the design. This design in particular is actually incredibly difficult because it's very dark and the projector I have kind of sucks, so I do recommend a higher quality projector, but it does turn out, I would say, okay. And what I'm going to do after this is use a Dremel to kind of create the guide for when I'm wood burning. Last time I did a wood burn, which was that one-piece deck, I just kind of sent it, and it was really difficult. It created a lot of smoke, and it actually ended up burning my eyes, and it was probably not good to have that much smoke in my lungs. This actually will help kind of prevent that, and I don't have to go and sand the board completely to get rid of all of the clear coat. So what you're going to see me do is just use a Dremel and go through the entire design, remove all the manga pieces that are now cut at this point, and then we'll start working on the wood burn. Off camera, I went ahead and cleaned up all of the glue residue that was on there. That way I have a perfect area to work with, and now I can go ahead and start the wood burning process. This is not really difficult. The tip that I was using at the beginning kind of sucked, and this wood burning pin also kind of sucks. I got it from Hobby Lobby. Don't really recommend it, but for a beginner standpoint, it is okay. But I ended up taking out that tip and just using the whole blunt piece of the burner, I guess. It's not the best idea because it's hard to work with and it creates some really dark, heavy lines, but that's exactly what I'm going for, is I need to create a bunch of dark, heavy lines. So that's what I do. I go through and pretty much go over all of the lines that I've already created, and then I do some small shading here and there to kind of blend everything in and make it look like it's three-dimensional instead of flat, I guess, if that makes sense. This whole process really isn't that difficult. It just takes a lot of time. So if you are doing this at home, just be patient and it will turn out really, really good at the end, I promise. At this point, I start working on shading in the hair, and I don't have a really good idea on how to do this. I just kind of went crazy with it by just sliding the burner back and forth to kind of create some streaks or some strands, and that will give it a hair texture or look, I guess. Again, I don't have a real way to do this. This part is the only difficult part that I had. I just, again, went crazy, and it ended up working, I'll be honest. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Now, lastly, I'm on to his mouth and his teeth, and I didn't fully Dremel this earlier because I didn't want to mess it up. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and start Dremeling everything away, and that will create a good base foundation. So again, I can start wood burning into that area. you'll see me come back later with the Dremel again, and that's to clean up any of the black marker that's still there. Basically, I'm just sanding it away, and that will create the perfect foundation or the perfect base to make the teeth really pop. So here's where I'm at with the deck. I went ahead and clear coated this section off camera, and I did resin up here, which has now made everything really dark, and I don't know how I feel about it. So I think moving forwards, the next time I do this, I'm gonna paint everything underneath that black, and that should, theoretically, make it to where it doesn't bleed through and make everything kind of translucent and disappear. I'm hoping that's the case. I feel like if it was black, you'd be able to see all this clearly. So that might be something we do in the future, but overall it looks really good. This is gonna take a whole nother day, probably 2, maybe even 3, because I have to do resin, let it dry, resin, let it dry, and then sand, like block sand, all of that. And I don't have time to keep working on this board for a video. So this is gonna be it in today's video. Let me know what you guys think. I think it looks really good, especially the wood burn part. I'm absolutely astounded at how it looks on the red. So definitely a cool idea. Did it work? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, that is going to be it for today's video, and I really wish that I could finish it in this one, but as I mentioned, it's still going to take another 2 or 3 days just to do more resin, sanding, and it's a whole lot of time, and I don't have any more time to just keep working on it because this one's already taken me long enough. Usually whenever I do these deck designs videos, they can take between 3 to 5 days, sometimes longer. This one has been the case where it's taken me a little bit longer, and it's put me behind schedule. I apologize that I haven't uploaded as much as I usually do, which is about 2 times a week. Lately it's been about 1 time a week, and that's pretty much because of deck designs. So I'm sorry, I'm working on it. I'm trying to work on them as fast as possible, but it's really difficult whenever you work 40 hours and then try to have a full-time YouTube channel, which isn't really full-time because I don't upload every single day, but I want to. Someday we'll get there. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you like the board. I will make an update video whenever I do the next deck design so you guys can see the actual finished result. I'm hoping that it's gonna look awesome. So stay tuned for that. This one is not gonna be a giveaway item. This one is either gonna be stuck with me in my personal collection because I do like it a lot. It turned out way better than I honestly expected it to, or I'll put it on my website at shopkeeganco.com. So if you would like to support the channel, you can possibly purchase it there for about $60 or purchase any of my other shop decks that I have on there as well. Now, like I said, that is gonna be it. So if you're new to the channel and you like what I do, make sure you leave a thumbs up, comment down below on what you wanna see next, because your comment, your suggestion could be the next deck design video that we do. Because that's what this one was. Somebody left a comment saying, do Attack on Titan, and well, we did that. So let me know what you wanna see next, and then again, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel, and we're really close to 10K. Hoping that we'll hit that fast enough, because if we do, in time, I don't know what time, but in time, I guess, I don't know, I want to do a PlayStation 5 giveaway that's designed by me. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It's kind of expensive and I still can't get my hands on one, so I don't know. But again, that's it. So I will see you guys on the next one. Stay awesome. Later.